Have you ever seen a man so rare that you start to question if he's even real? From men born with unbelievable conditions to those who defied science with their extraordinary looks and abilities, these are not your everyday people. Each of them has a story that will leave you speechless. So get ready, because this guy is different. Here are the 10 most unique and rarest men in the world. Are you new in this video? Click subscribe and hit notification bell. So let's get started.
Meet Justin Jedlicka, the man the world calls the human Ken doll. But unlike most people who undergo plastic surgery to look like someone else, Justin's transformation is entirely his own creation, one he proudly calls a living work of art. Justin had his first cosmetic surgery at just 18, a rhinoplasty that marked the start of an extraordinary journey. Since then, he's undergone over 1,000 procedures, including custom-designed implants for his shoulders, chest, triceps, biceps, abs, back, and even calves. His goal? Not to look natural, but to look sculpted, perfected, and entirely unique. To Justin, plastic surgery isn't about fixing flaws. It's about enhancing his identity and pushing the boundaries of what the human body can become. He sees himself not as a medical case, but as an artist, using his body as a canvas for self-expression. But his extreme transformations haven't come without controversy. Critics accuse him of promoting toxic beauty ideals and question whether his obsession with surgery stems from body dysmorphia. Still, Justin is unapologetic. He believes he's breaking the mold, challenging society's ideas of beauty, and owning the narrative around body modification. In fact, most of his implants were personally designed by him, making him one of the few people who literally engineers their own aesthetic. Justin isn't trying to look like the traditional Ken doll, he's crafting something more fantastical and futuristic. Something uniquely Justin. Despite the backlash, he embraces the criticism, appearing in interviews and documentaries to share his philosophy that beauty is not about blending in. It's about standing out, no matter what anyone thinks. Justin Jedlicka is proof that for some, the body is not just a vessel, it's a masterpiece in progress. Reed Ewing was best known for playing Dylan, the lovable and goofy boyfriend on Modern Family. With his natural charm and good looks, fans assumed he had it all. But behind the scenes, Reed was hiding a painful secret. He was battling body dysmorphic disorder, a mental health condition that made him obsess over imagined flaws in his appearance. In his early 20s, Reed began undergoing cosmetic procedures, believing surgery would fix what he saw as imperfections. But instead of relief, each surgery brought more regret. He later revealed that some procedures were poorly done, leaving him looking worse and feeling even more broken. Still, he kept chasing perfection, trapped in a cycle of surgeries and disappointment. In 2015, Reed bravely went public in a powerful Huffington Post essay. He exposed the dark side of plastic surgery, especially when it's used to mask deep mental health issues. He criticized how easy it was to get surgery without real psychological evaluation and admitted that no procedure ever made him feel truly better about himself. His story shocked fans and opened up important conversations about Hollywood beauty standards, mental health, and the hidden pain behind perfect-looking faces. Reed stepped away from the spotlight to focus on healing, and now uses his voice to spread awareness about body dysmorphia and the dangers of cosmetic surgery addiction. Reed Ewing's journey is a powerful reminder that self-worth can't be found in the mirror. It starts from within.
Before I show you the next one, if you're not an alien, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. Only good humans can do it. Aliens won't.
Meet Leo Blanco, an Argentinian influencer and performer who became internationally known for his dramatic and controversial transformation into the pop icon Michael Jackson. Leo's obsession with Michael Jackson began in childhood. As a huge fan of MJ's music style and dance moves, Leo idolized the king of pop to the point where admiration turned into a mission, to become him. By his early 20s, Leo had already undergone more than 30 cosmetic procedures, including rhinoplasty, cheek implants, jaw reshaping, skin lightening, lip enhancement, and eyebrow lifts, all with the goal of replicating Michael's later look. He spent tens of thousands of dollars even traveling to specialized clinics across Latin America and beyond. Leo not only mimicked Michael's appearance, but also adopted his voice, mannerisms, and fashion, performing in full MJ gear at events, on television, and across social media. His transformation earned him the nickname the Latin Michael Jackson, but the reaction has been mixed. While some fans admire his dedication, many have expressed concern, saying his obsession crosses the line into identity loss and surgical addiction. Leo himself has admitted in interviews that he struggles with body image and the constant pressure to look more perfect. Even his mother, in a widely shared TV appearance, tearfully begged him to stop the surgeries, worried for his health and well-being. But Leo insists he's not trying to erase himself. He's trying to live as the person who inspires him most. Leo Blanco is one of the most extreme examples of transformation through surgery, not just changing his face, but reshaping his entire identity in pursuit of a pop culture legend. Meet Kirill Tereshin, a man who went viral for his unbelievable and bizarre transformation, earning him the nickname Popeye because of his freakishly large arms. Hailing from Russia and a former soldier, Kirill rose to internet fame after injecting Synthol, a sight-enhancing oil, directly into his biceps in an attempt to achieve massive muscles without putting in the years of gym training. At first, the stunt was all about attention. He gained hundreds of thousands of followers online, posted shirtless selfies, and even entered the world of MMA, despite having little fighting experience. But what started as a social media gimmick quickly turned dangerous. His arms swelled to unnatural proportions, causing severe health complications. Doctors warned him that the tissue in his arms could rot, and amputation was a real risk. Despite these warnings, Kirill continued to chase clout, appearing on talk shows and leaning into his bizarre persona. But eventually, reality caught up. In 2021, he underwent multiple surgeries to remove the damaged tissue and avoid permanent disability. He admitted that he regretted his decisions and warned others not to follow in his footsteps. Kirill's story is more than just shock value. It's a cautionary tale about the extremes people will go to for fame, identity, and validation in the social media era. What he thought would make him stronger nearly destroyed his body and his life. Valdir Segato was a man who wanted to be remembered, not for his strength, but for his size. Born and raised in Brazil, Valdir became known worldwide as the Brazilian Hulk for his massive, cartoonish upper body. But what shocked people most was that his muscles weren't built in the gym. They were artificially inflated using Synthol, a dangerous oil that puffs up muscles without adding any real strength. Valdir's obsession with size began in his early 20s. After struggling with drug addiction and losing weight, he became determined to reinvent himself. He started working out, but eventually turned to Synthol for quicker, more dramatic results. The transformation was extreme. His biceps reportedly reached 23 inches, giving him a physique that looked more like a comic book character than a real person. Despite constant warnings from doctors, who told him he was risking infections, nerve damage, and even death, Valdir continued injecting. He said he wanted to be famous, admired, and unique, even if it meant risking his life. His appearance shocked people both online and in real life, turning him into a viral figure. Some saw him as inspirational, others saw him as a cautionary tale. Tragically, in July 2022, Valdir passed away on his 55th birthday after complaining of shortness of breath. While the exact cause of death was not confirmed to be Synthol-related, many believe his years of abuse took a toll on his body. Valdir Segato's story is a haunting example of how far the desire for fame and recognition can push someone. In the end, he became famous, but at a heartbreaking cost.
Robert Bobrachki, born in Romania in 2000, became famous as one of the tallest teenagers in the world, standing at an incredible 7 feet 7 inches tall. His extraordinary height was inherited. His father, a former basketball player, stood 7'1", and his mother was 6 feet tall. Unlike most people with extreme growth, Robert's condition wasn't caused by a disorder, but by genetic tall stature. By the time he was 12, he was already taller than most professional players. He later moved to the United States to train at the Spire Institute in Ohio, hoping to pursue a basketball career. However, his unusual height came with major challenges. He was extremely underweight and struggled with back and joint pain. Despite his talent, his body often couldn't keep up with the game. Though his basketball career didn't take off as many expected, Robert found new opportunities beyond the court, even appearing in the sci-fi movie Alien: Romulus. His story reminds us that extraordinary height isn't just a gift, it's a challenge that few can truly understand. Tyler Parker, known online as the Teen Hulk, became an internet sensation when photos of his massive build spread across social media. At just 14 years old, Tyler stood 6 feet tall and weighed nearly 300 pounds, a physique that shocked millions and made him one of the most talked about young athletes in America. Born in California, Tyler's dedication to football and fitness started early. He trained intensely, not just to look strong, but to become one of the best defensive linemen in his class. Behind his viral fame is a hard-working teen who spends hours in the gym, balancing his studies with daily strength training and conditioning. Now entering his senior year, Tyler continues to prove that he's more than just muscle. He's been recognized by recruiters nationwide, receiving multiple offers from college programs. Despite critics calling him too short for his position, Tyler's performance on the field says otherwise, racking up 60 tackles and 4 sacks in a single season. With his unstoppable drive and powerful mindset, the Teen Hulk is on his way to turning viral fame into a lasting legacy in the world of football. Meet Kim Peek, often called a mega savant. He's the real-life inspiration behind the movie Rain Man. Born in Salt Lake City in 1951, Kim entered the world with serious neurological differences. He had macrocephaly, an unusually large head, damage to his cerebellum, and a total absence of the corpus callosum, the nerve fibers that normally connect the 2 hemispheres of the brain. Despite severe challenges, he didn't walk until age 4 and struggled with basic motor tasks like buttoning clothes. Kim developed an astonishing memory. From a very early age, he was memorizing entire books after a single read. As he matured, he could read 2 pages at once, 1 page per eye, processing both simultaneously. The scale of his memory was jaw-dropping. Kim reportedly memorized 12,000 books, could accurately recall maps, and provide instant driving directions between nearly any 2 cities, compute calendar dates from centuries ago, recite musical works, and more. What made all this possible was likely his brain's alternate wiring. Without normal connections between hemispheres, researchers believe his brain formed unusual pathways that allowed rapid information storage and retrieval. Despite having such powers, Kim also faced limitations. His IQ score was 87 by conventional tests, and he struggled with logical math, physical coordination, and many everyday tasks. He passed away in 2009 at age 58 from a heart attack, but his legacy lives on as one of the most extraordinary human minds ever documented. Meet Kevin Fast, a Canadian Lutheran minister by day, Guinness World Record-setting strongman by, well, also day. He doesn't seem to sleep much. Born April 13, 1963 in St. Catharines, Ontario, Fast discovered his surprising strength in 1994 competing in Highland Games. What started as curiosity quickly turned into a lifelong goal, pushing human limits. Over the years, Kevin has broken 30-plus Guinness World Records. He has pulled fire trucks, houses, aircraft, and even sleighs. One unforgettable feat, pulling a CC-177 Globemaster III aircraft, weighing 416, 299 lbs, 188, 830 kg, nearly 9 meters. In 2021, he pulled a 33, 400 lb all-electric NYC bus using only his upper body. What's more amazing is that besides muscles, speed, or athleticism, Kevin's motive adds something extra. He does many of these stunts to raise funds for charity, all while being a pastor. With each record he breaks, Kevin Fast doesn't just move heavy things, he moves the idea of what we believe is possible. Meet Slavica Pajkic, a man from Serbia known to the world as Battery Man. He's said to possess an incredible ability to withstand and even control electricity. Since the age of 17, Slavica discovered that while others got shocked by live wires, he felt nothing. Over time, he began performing unbelievable demonstrations, lighting bulbs with his bare hands, heating water, and even cooking sausages using electric current flowing through his body. He once reportedly endured 20,000 volts of electricity without harm, and even heated a cup of water to near boiling point in less than 2 minutes, using only his body as the conductor. Scientists who've studied him believe his skin may be thicker and drier than normal, possibly giving him higher electrical resistance. Others think there's still something mysterious about how he channels current without injury. Though skeptics say some of his stunts could be illusions or aided by hidden tricks, no one can deny his astonishing control and confidence around deadly voltage. Whether science or something beyond, Slavica Pajkic, the human battery, remains one of the most electrifying people alive.
Meet Adam Guerra, an American performer and drag artist who spent years transforming himself into one of the most iconic figures in pop culture, Madonna. Adam's journey began as a huge fan of the Queen of Pop. Inspired by her confidence, style, and reinvention, Adam didn't just want to admire Madonna. He wanted to be her. Over time, this admiration turned into a full-blown identity. To look like Madonna, Adam underwent over 18 cosmetic procedures, including nose jobs, cheek implants, chin augmentation, lip fillers, and Botox. He also spent thousands on wigs, costumes, dental work, and Madonna-inspired accessories. Altogether, he spent nearly $175,000 on his transformation. He didn't stop at just looking like her. Adam lived as Madonna. He performed in drag shows, reenacted iconic music videos, and even adopted her poses, speech patterns, and facial expressions. His life revolved around maintaining the image of his idol. But behind the glamorous facade, Adam was struggling. In the documentary, My Strange Addiction, and later in Being Madonna, he revealed the emotional toll of constantly chasing perfection. He admitted to losing his sense of self in the process, saying, "I stopped being Adam, I was living for Madonna, not for me." Eventually, Adam made the difficult decision to detransition, to let go of the Madonna persona and rediscover his true identity. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary for his mental health and personal healing. Today, Adam's story stands as a powerful reminder of how far obsession can take us, and how reclaiming your identity can be the most courageous transformation of all. Meet Toby Sheldon, a songwriter from Los Angeles who became infamous for spending over $100,000 on plastic surgery to look like his idol, Justin Bieber. Toby's obsession with the pop star began in his early 30s, when he became fascinated not just with Bieber's music, but with his youthful appearance. Feeling insecure about aging, Toby believed that looking like Justin would make him feel younger, more attractive, and confident. Over the span of 5 years, Toby underwent dozens of procedures: hair transplants, eyelid surgery, chin reduction, lip lifts, and multiple smile surgeries, all aimed at replicating Bieber's teen look. He documented his transformation on shows like Botched and My Strange Addiction, gaining both fame and criticism. Despite the attention, Toby's journey was filled with emotional pain. In interviews, he admitted to battling body dysmorphia and feeling like the surgeries never made him truly happy. He was constantly chasing an image that always seemed just out of reach. In 2015, Toby made headlines again, but for heartbreaking reasons. He was reported missing, and days later, found dead in a motel room at just 35 years old. Though the official cause of death was not directly linked to surgery, his passing sparked serious conversations about the mental health risks behind extreme cosmetic obsession. Toby Sheldon's story is one of admiration turned addiction, a powerful and tragic example of how the pursuit of perfection can come at a devastating cost. What started as fandom became a desperate attempt to change identity, one that ultimately ended far too soon.
Meet Shi Liliang, a Shaolin monk who turned what sounds like pure legend into real life. He's not flying or teleporting, but what he did accomplish might fool your mind into thinking he is. For over a decade, Shi Liliang trained himself in balance, agility, concentration, the classic Shaolin disciplines. In 2015, in Guangzhou, China, he attempted something no normal human tries, to run across water. But he didn't use magic. He used 200 thin plywood planks floating on a reservoir, connected together to form a makeshift path just above the water's surface. On his first 2 tries, he fell. The planks were slippery, unstable, and the slightest misstep would send him crashing into the water. But he kept pushing. Finally, on his 3rd attempt, he made it. 125 meters of running on water. Well, technically plank stairs over water, breaking his previous record. The crowd erupted. She did this not just for glory, but to raise funds for underprivileged students. His feat wasn't meant simply to amaze, but to help. What makes this feel like a weird power isn't superhuman strength, but mind over matter, balance, training, mental focus, and pushing physical limits. Shalil Yang teaches us that sometimes the impossible is just something few have tried long enough. These men truly prove that being different is what makes us extraordinary. Which one amazed you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed discovering these rare individuals, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more unbelievable stories from around the world. Because here on this channel, we celebrate the people who make our world truly unique.